Good day, everybody. Tracy Brown here, your somatic nutrition counselor and dietitian and attuned eating expert. I want to show you something. Check it out. I'm so excited. We only get these just like a month. Sorry, it's hard to see. My little bloom. This little white bloom right there and right there. Super excited. This is a little gardenia bush that we have. We have a couple of them that are surviving. And they smell so good. You walk by the door, holy cow, they're so nice. I'm so excited. It's, mid-April now? We only get to keep those for about a month, so I'm excited. And that's it for the year, and they smell so nice. Ugh. Anyway, I hope you can hear the birds. We're having a really nice morning here this morning. The sun's in my face, sorry. I have to move a little. That's better, kind of. Ugh. Ugh. How am I gonna do this, kids? Okay, kind of works. I just didn't want to stick my feet in mulch, but I'm guessing I'm gonna. Anyway, did not be so sunny in my face. Thank you everybody for watching this early morning. I wanted to talk about, this was actually, good morning, thank you Deb. I wanted to talk about, I got an email about this question, so I thought instead of waiting until Friday, I would use this as a topic because I think it's important, is, gosh, when we are doing full permission to eat, how do we include back foods that maybe we once binged on or that we feel guilty about? Not that you have to, but you might feel that way anyway. Or just not really sure how to incorporate it because maybe you're not quite there yet in full permission to eat what you want when you want. Like, you know, I routinely have cookies and coffee as a morning snack in the morning. It's so good. But you might not be there yet to allow that and for it not to feel like something is a big deal about it. So I just want to answer this question really I hope succinctly, if possible. I don't know what that little yellow dot is. Sorry, I'm getting distracted this morning. It's some little sunlight something. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a spider. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so how do we include those foods? So it's really interesting that, well, what is going to work for one person may not work for somebody else. For me, I just needed to eat the food. I just had to really make sure I did one or two things that were really helpful to me that I'm going to give you some other options as well. Is you're less likely to want to eat, let's say sweeter foods or something that you really like, but you don't let yourself have with consistency, and then now they become a special thing. So one of the things I used to do is look at like, well, where am I either not getting enough energy in, like say the first half of the day, to make me really, really crave like desserts and carbs and stuff like that at night. And pretty much 99% of the time when I was extra craving stuff, it was because the first half of the day either was missing some energy, even very, very, very slightly. You can be slightly under eating even and cause yourself to like feel a little bit like it's hard to manage at night. And or you're just doing a lot of mental deprivation, like, well, okay, I'm eating close to enough, or I'm eating enough, and I'm eating kind of what I think I want in a day, but it's not really fully free, meaning they're still holding back the reins. If you're having that happen, that's going to cause some of those foods to feel kind of out of control. They're not really out of control. It's not the food, it's just the prohibition against them is the problem. So what I would suggest is how can you start to add in some freedom in your day, and that might mean that you have your regular breakfast and you have a cookie with it, or you get the fancy coffee, you know, with lots of cream and sugar or other goodies in it, and you have that, and you start to notice what happens with the rest of your day with your want for things. Some people tell me, well, if I start eating that, I can't stop. Well, that means that we need to have that in a way that feels contained more often. When I say contained, not dieted, but in a way it's like full permission. I know I'm eating this. I might get really good and full, but there's no reason to panic. Like I can stay grounded here in this moment with that food. So as you're noticing as I'm talking here, the theme is we still have to eat the food, even though that might feel scary. Now, if you feel like you're at the place where it's like, I'm going to binge if I eat XYZ, whether it's bread or cookies or whatever, again, and you look at your day and it's like, it is really, truly like I eat enough. I do. It's just that it's so coupled up with comfort and creating some soothing and some ease and some relief from happy, mad, sad, afraid. you really may need to do quite a bit more grounding. I talked about this in a video, if you haven't seen it, where I use a ball exercise. Trying to think if I can take time to link that again here, but it's really important. That might be something that really needs to happen around getting your social engagement kind of working, getting yourself really present, and not just like a mental, I'm getting myself present. It's like, okay, I can feel in my body presence, like I can hear those birds, I can feel what's holding me up, I can look around me and register that is here, and that like I don't really need something in my current moment to be soothed from, except for what feels like is happening internally, and I can give that to myself, and I don't have to check out with food to get it. So it's a little bit more of an involved process, but totally can be done. So those are some things to think about. So if you're watching this and it's like, I can't go there with like letting myself have a cookie with coffee or a couple of cookies in the morning as a snack, I'm not asking you to go there yet, but you really need to think about that's going to feel less scary the more nourished you are in general. So maybe that's your first step, is just overall getting enough energy in, and then adding some of these other foods in, per like, pleasure and rounding out your energy needs, all those kind of things. There's a lot of things to think about. For others, it could just be, I just need to eat the food. I need to allow myself to eat pancakes at dinner and stir fry for lunch and drink the coffee drinks and do the things. And I say, yes, you need to do that then. That was honestly the most effective and most efficient, in my opinion, and definitely helpful for me. And only did that get off the rails when I started mentally thinking, okay, I need to like get the reins on now because I got to control my weight. That's when it started to go off the rails. And so if you notice that happening, you got to circle back. It's like, okay, the mission right now isn't about my weight. I know I'm fearful about my weight, but if I don't put that aside and really get discernment and get information about how my body works with these certain foods and these different combinations, and if I got it too wrapped up around kind of to control my weight, that food is going to feel out of control, for sure. But it's not the food, it's our mentality around it, it's our beliefs around how we're using it. That's going to feel really uncomfortable. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any other questions about this topic, I definitely could go deeper. I guess I could make one last thing. If you're really struggling with certain kinds of foods, then eat them with a friend. Eat them with trusted, solid, non-diety, judgy people, and practice. You've got to practice getting feedback from your body to trust. If you're waiting for like this perfect time to eat the right amount of the perfect food that you feel safe about, they may never happen. So much of this process is experiential, and I hate to see you spinning your wheels trying to be too logical and even mentally methodical about this. That's not how it works. We have to get in the body to learn to trust the body, and that's where sometimes I think the blocks are. So if you need help doing that in terms of like somebody else to do it with and you don't have that safety in your life, please reach out. We can set up a time to talk about like how do you build safety, what that looks like in co-regulation with somebody else who can help you learn how to track your own nervous system. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much, and I will see you on a couple days for our live Q&A. So if you have questions, queue them up in your head and get ready for it. It'll be about the same time. I'll be honest, I'll just tell you now. What time are we going to do it? Probably close to the top of the hour, Friday. So, 8:50-ish we'll do it probably. So just kind of be ready for that time if you have something and you want to join me live. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Take care.